Hey everyone, I'm Trevor and today we are at Disney California Adventure to film a detailed, in-depth tour for first-timers. We're going to show you absolutely every inch of this park so that you know what's here and what you can do. It's very similar to our Disneyland video if you saw that one. So let's get going. And we are going to start this Disney California Adventure tour right here at the entrance turnstiles. If you look through there, you can see the Esplanade. That is the main area in between the two parks. If you saw my Disneyland video, you saw that portion already. So we're just going to turn around and we're going to start. This is our in-depth tour, as detailed as the Disneyland one. We're going to point out anything and everything. Buckle up because this is going to be a long one. The last one was a little over 2 hours. DCA is a little bit smaller, so it shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see. We've got Oswald's here. This is a gift shop. I'm not going to spend too much time looking at the gift shop, but they have a lot of ears and hats inside there, and they've got some ears out here and then a bunch of bubble wands as well. And so that's the type of stuff that you can expect to find in there. Right over here, beyond that, past that, is guest services. So this is guest services and first aid. They're both back here. If you need to talk to guest services for any reason, it's this Chamber of Commerce building. And then first aid is tucked back in the corner. At first aid, you can get things like ibuprofen. They will give them to you for free. They'll give you over-the-counter medications, whatever you might need if you're feeling sick or ill while you're here at Disneyland. They're not going to charge you for it. I think you can get some Tums in there, things like that, so keep that in mind. Back there at first aid, bandages, whatever else. And then they also have this little tent and stanchion right here that guest services cast member is out standing at if you want to do that as well. And similar to Disneyland, we're going to just focus on the left-hand side of the pathway here. So Five and Dime, this is going to be your primary gift shop here at Disney California Adventure. Very similar to the Emporium over at Disneyland. And since this is DCA, it's going to have Oogie Boogie Bash merchandise right here on the front stanchion. They're going to be focusing on that since Oogie Boogie Bash is unique to Disney California Adventure. They don't do that over at Disneyland. So it looks like they've got 30% off select Oogie Boogie Bash items. It's the beginning of October. They still got a whole month left, but we're halfway through the Oogie Boogie Bash season, so 30% off some of that stuff. Ears and hats over there. You know, the store keeps going on, also very similar to Disneyland. The stores are interconnected, so we're going to pass by a bunch of them on the outside here, but know that it's all one big giant store. You could technically stay inside the building the whole way. You don't have to walk out and leave. And there's also stuff on the other side of the street, but again, we will cover that when we come back. This is where we start, it's where we end as well. So we're gonna pass over these gift shop entrances. Now, just also similar to Disneyland, they've got the Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit. The two parks have it, as well as Downtown Disney, and you can do it in all three locations if you want, but the prize is the same. It's just the same as over at Disneyland, the little, what do you call it? I forget what you call it. Cornhole, that's it, mini cornhole, sorry. Mini cornhole, and you can sign up for that. You can purchase that. Whether you do the Pumpkin Pursuit or not, you're still going to get the prize. You paid for the prize whether you do the Pumpkin Pursuit or not. Just keep that in mind. But there should be pumpkins around the park that you have to keep your eye out for. I actually haven't ever looked for them here. Again, all these stores on the left are interconnected. This is Elias & Company off to our left, and it's going to wrap around, the store wraps around over that way. And we are going to head that way, but I wanted to point out one of Disney California Adventure's icons is the Headless Horseman here during the Halloween season. Now at Christmas, they'll put the big Christmas tree here, but there's a PhotoPass cast member over there taking photos of people here. So if you see any of the green or teal PhotoPass cast members, they will take photos for you. Even if you don't want to purchase PhotoPass, they'll take your camera and they'll take photos for you. And they'll do it in front of key iconic spots. And so the Headless Horseman, one of those key iconic spots here for Disney California Adventure. This is kind of like a DCA's hub over here. And it's very similar to Disneyland, and it goes 3 different directions. So it'll point you into 3 different parts of the park. And we'll be back in this area quite a few times as we go around. Over here is the statue of Walt and Mickey, another popular photo spot. Obviously somebody getting a photo there right now, so I don't want to focus on it too much. Back over here at the center of the hub area in front of the fountain, they do have live music here quite frequently, and they will have the Five and Dime. I think that's what their name is called. They'll come out here and they'll sing like 1950s style music. So very 1950s. This whole park is kind of, well, this whole area of the park is kind of themed that way. We've got some cast members over here, character cast members that are dressed up like 1950s characters and will interact with you as such. It's really, really great. They're awesome. If you get a chance to interact with the characters of Main Street or something like that, citizens of Main Street, they might be called. They are, not Main Street, Buena Vista Street, sorry, citizens of Buena Vista Street. Absolutely get a chance to talk to them because they're awesome. And then right across from here is the Carthay Circle. Now this is the first of 3 sit-down table service restaurants. Actually, I guess it's 4 here at Disney California Adventure. This is actually 2 restaurants in one. So they have the main primary restaurant and then they have the Alfresco Lounge. We can't show you the main primary restaurant because it's upstairs up there, but I can show you the Alfresco Lounge, and that is, or the Carthay Circle Lounge Alfresco Dining is the official term for it. It's called the Carthay Circle Lounge, but it's the reason why it's called Alfresco Dining is because it's outside. So this is all the seating right here off to the right for that. You are seeing all the seating for Carthay Circle Lounge. I have not actually eaten at the lounge. That is something that I need to do one of these times. We are going to pop over to the other side of the street now. We are going to have to zigzag back and forth on these streets because DCA isn't quite as circular as Disneyland. This little popcorn cart, one of, well, I think it's the only popcorn cart, as far as I'm aware, in the whole Disneyland Resort where you can purchase caramel popcorn. So regular popcorn here is $6.50, which seems a little high, but maybe it's a price just for this cart, and then $7.50 if you want that caramel popcorn. As a result, there's usually almost always a line for this particular popcorn cart because it, again, exclusive towards the caramel popcorn. And you can see Elias & Co. back there, Elias & Company, wrapping around here. So now we're gonna ping pong to the other side of the street. We're gonna try to cover both sides as much as we can. As I said, it's getting a little windy there. I put on my microphone to avoid any audio issues that might be having. So I'm sorry if the audio suddenly sounds different, but I forgot to turn it on earlier and I didn't really want to go back and redo everything that we just did. So here we have Mickey's Trick and Treat. This is currently the Halloween version of the Disney Junior live on stage show. I don't know what they're actually doing here anymore after the Mickey's Trick or Treat because they just changed it. Like they'd closed to the Disney Junior Live on Stage for a little bit before the Halloween season. And so I think they've got something else going on here now, but I don't remember what the show is. Right now it's Mickey's Trick or Treat, which is very much a kids show. So if you're going in there expecting something that adults will enjoy, I mean, you might, don't get me wrong, you might, but I feel like it's, even my kids at 11 and 8 are probably a little bit too old for that, but they did do it recently just so I could have footage of it for my Halloween guide, and you get a candy at the end, so I think they liked getting a candy at the end. Across the street is the, man, what I'm trying to read what this says. I don't even, Gone Hollywood. Gone Hollywood. This is another gift shop. This store, Gone Hollywood, is going to be primarily Halloween merchandise. They do have some other things in here as well, but going to have a huge selection of Halloween merchandise inside Gone Hollywood. Again, I feel like I'm saying it, but I can't look at every single merchandise item. We would be here all day. We did that the same over at Disneyland. I'm trying to show you what you can expect out of these stores without actually wasting too much of your time, because I do want to be mindful of that. I don't want this to be a 6-hour video and nobody watches it. So we have Award Wieners over here off to our left, the first quick service restaurant that we found here at Disney California Adventure. And this, as you would probably expect, sells hot dogs, mostly hot dogs. The Uptown Chili Dog, I believe I've ordered that before. If I have, you'll see it on your screen. The Bacon Street Dog, and the, what is it? Plant-based Philly dog, that's what it's called. Plant-based Philly dog. Not not a big fan of the plant-based Philly dog, but I did like the other hot dogs that they have here. They've got some seasonal hot dogs occasionally as well that they'll cycle through, and they're worth, you know, giving a shot maybe if you really like hot dogs. You know, one of the best things about coming to Disneyland is not having to think about what to make for dinner. You can have an amazing meal with tons of ingredients that would take far too much work to pull off at home. Enter today's sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is the world's leading meal kit, delivering fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and recipes straight to your door. And while you still have to do the cooking yourself, the whole process of having a complete meal is simplified. The ingredients are pre-portioned and individually packaged, saving you hours having to create a grocery list and picking everything out of the store. It really takes the stress out of meal planning. Every week, you can choose from a wide variety of customizable meals that allows you to swap out veggies and proteins to fit your family's needs. We've been using HelloFresh every week for the last 4 weeks, and Amy's favorite part is that every meal comes with easy to follow recipes that even I can cook, which means I can actually cook more than just spaghetti and fried rice. I can make more than that, guys, but I'm just being funny. You can try HelloFresh for yourself today. New or returning subscribers get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life by scanning the QR code on your screen now, or clicking the link down in the description and using my coupon code. Right next door to Award Wieners is Mickey's PhilharMagic, and I am gonna stick with the stuff on the left-hand side of the road, and we'll double back a bit for the right, for the rest of the right, just to try to show you everything that's back here. So Mickey's PhilharMagic is a 3D movie show, in a sense, a musical show. And it's about 12 minutes long. You get 3D glasses right there at the stand, and they play Disney music with a 3D animated screen. If you've never seen Mickey's PhilharMagic before in either Disneyland or Walt Disney World, I absolutely love it. It's great for getting out of the sun, and it's really great for a nap too. This is the seating area for Award Wieners. If you were wondering, where do I go sit? Usually the seats over here are almost always jam-packed filled. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you have to, we say use the Disney table, and that is a trash can. Not so much here as you do at Disney World. Disney Worlders will know using a trash can is the Disney table, but there's a couple of tables back here that are open still, so that's great. It's also a really random time. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now, maybe 3:15. I didn't exactly look, but we came out over here, and we walked by the churro cart, and I didn't necessarily walk by it. We just came out past it. So I'll double back here very briefly. And we've got this churro cart. There's churros all over the park. And we're gonna try to point out every single churro cart so that you can know where they're located. This one does serve a seasonal churro, but I can't really see what it is. Standard churro is $5.75 if you're looking for the price on those. And then there's another little gift shop back here, Studio Store, where you can buy different things, hats, Mickey ears, bubble wands, the usual suspects when it comes to Disney merchandise carts. Now, I did want to point this out. Back here in this back corner of this is called Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios, very similar to Walt Disney World, right? It also has the appearances of Hollywood Studios at times. But this is the Disney Visa Rewards card member exclusive photo experience. So it can be a debit card or credit card, doesn't matter. You just have to have a Disney Visa card, and you can meet a exclusive character back here. Let me see if I can see who it is. Sometimes I can see, sometimes I can't. Nope, just outside of my view, so can't see what character it is. They also have a photo booth back here. I didn't know they had a photo booth back here. This is the exit to PhilharMagic, by the way, right there. I really did not know they had a photo booth. A lot of people waiting in line for the photo booth as well. During the festival seasons, so Festival of Holidays, Food and Wine Festival, Lunar New Year Festival, those different festivals where they have food booths, sometimes, some of them, not all of them, will have food booths located right back here. And are usually 2 in this particular area that'll have exclusive food items for Food and Wine. And so keep an eye out for those if you happen to be visiting during a food festival. then this stage area will also be used for a variety of things. During the food festivals, they'll do food presentations here. They'll do the cupcake making presentations where you can sign up for free and you can your little ones can make cupcakes. That's a fun activity. You can be on the lookout for that. That happens during Food and Wine Festival. Sometimes they'll also have like different local bands and orchestras perform here, choirs, dance groups, and they use this stage for quite a lot of things. Nothing going on right this minute, obviously. At least I don't think there is. There's a lot of people sitting here. I'm just assuming they're just sitting in the benches just to sit down. But it doesn't look like there's anything going on here. So I'm going to assume that there's not.
Over here.
Then we have some food carts over here that where those food booths usually are. This is an ice cream cart. You've got Mickey ice cream bars, Mickey ice cream sandwiches, Toll House cookies, frozen bananas or chocolate covered bananas, and more. And then you can also purchase sodas and whatnot there. And then they've got some seasonal foods right next to it. In this, you can get the jalapeno cream cheese bread during the Halloween season, as well as the pumpkin spice cream cheese bread. And then these, that's what they look like. They're right here. There's also some, it looks like cotton candy there as well. If we spin around, we're going to see the entrance to Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue. This attraction is only going to be here for another couple of months. It will be closing in early January, or not January, early 2026. Probably January, but we don't exactly know. Early 2026, Mike and Sully to the Rescue. If you are going to be visiting before then, it's a 45-minute wait right now. You can take the single rider. It's actually a double rider, if you will. You can take two people on it, single rider. It's a buddy pass. You'd go through that exit, but you talk to the cast member right there, and they will give you a buddy pass, and then you can go through the exit with the buddy pass. And you can actually cram up to 3 people in the third row if you are really small people, like Amy and my 2 kids can fit in a row. And so they can actually cram 3 people into a single row on the buddy pass. It's just how many people can cram in the last row. This is the Hollywood Lounge. Hollywood Lounge is alcoholic beverages primarily, almost exclusively. They may sell a pretzel here as well. I don't really remember. I think that Hollywood Lounge is probably also on the chopping block in early January, if I had to guess. Not like it's been formally announced, but they are tearing this whole area out and putting in the new Avatar land. So I assume this will be a casualty, but they specifically said that stage over there is not going to be a casualty. So everything is going to be starting from here and forward. Actually, it has to start behind the monorail. So this will just be like an entrance portal right here that will hide the monorail, very similar to the way this wall hides the monorail. But that's neither here nor there. You are here to see a tour of DCA as it currently exists. We've got some tables over here, and this is for the Studio Catering Company. Studio Catering Company has a few food items, very, very few though, and it's an always rotating menu, so be mindful of that like every 2 to 3 months this menu changes, so I can't really give you an idea of what they have here. But the last thing that I bought here was the Oogie Boogie Burrito, which you'll see on your screen. It wasn't that great, but they did have a burrito during Lunar New Year that I think it was during Lunar New Year, which was really, really good. It was like a Chinese style burrito, of course, but again, more like snack type items than they are meals. There's some more tables over here on the other side of that. And then I should point out this restroom. They got a restroom over here off to the left, right behind Studio Catering Company. I'm not sure we're going to point out every single restroom just because I might forget. I don't really think about the restrooms as I'm walking by. They do have this little photo op area over here. They're always changing what's on display. Right now it is Welcome to Camp Rayburn, Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampire. So they're promoting that show on the Disney Channel at the moment. And they will change what they're promoting, and you can come over here and take photos. They've had National Geographic, Spidey and Friends, Moon Girl, all sorts of stuff. Right now it's Zombies 4. The Hyperion Theater, the entrance to the Hyperion Theater right there. Everyone always wants to know, when are they going to have a new show at the Hyperion Theater? I don't know. The last one was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? It's been a while. I don't remember. It was Rogers the Musical. That one was good. It was only for like 2 months though, but I really enjoyed it. the show that they had before that was Frozen. We're going to go back here and we're going to cover a few things that we passed before we go over to Avengers Campus. They had Frozen, and before that was Aladdin, and I was surprised to hear that both of those shows are what is on the 2 Disney cruises that we're going to be going on. So we get to see those shows again, which is great. I'm looking forward to that, but I guess some of the other cruise ships have different unique shows, and we're like, oh, we're going to be seeing shows we've already seen, but that's okay. We love that a whole lot. This is the animation building right here, and this takes up pretty much the entire strip, the entire building, the entire side of the sidewalk over here. We're actually going to walk into it because I want you to see this if you've never seen it before. I just love coming in here. I know I've done it on a couple of videos, so if you've been watching for a while, you've probably seen in here, but this is just one of the most relaxing places that I can really even think of at DCA. If you can be lucky enough to find an open couch here in the center, really comfortable to just sit here on the couch and enjoy the music. It's air conditioned in here, it's cool. You know, it's dark in here, so it's not super bright. But I wanted to point out they have the Animation Academy over here where you can learn to draw different characters. Every half an hour they have a different character all day long. So you could literally just keep going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out if you just wanted to learn to draw as many Disney characters as possible. And then they have the character close-up for Anna and Elsa, the Royal Welcome over there. And that's what this line is for people right here. These people are waiting for the Anna and Elsa meet and greet. Now with the Anna and Elsa meet and greet, you will either meet Anna, you will either meet Elsa, or you will meet Olaf, or you will meet a combination of the 3. I cannot promise you who you are going to specifically meet, and so if you're specifically hoping to see Elsa, you could wait 30 minutes, 45 minutes to meet them, and Elsa is on break at the particular time. They won't promise you what character you're going to see, so just keep that in mind. The Sorcerer's Workshop is down below here on the other side, and it's another artsy type place that you can learn to draw animations, and we're not going to go down in there, but go check it out if you're interested in drawing. And then Turtle Talk with Crush is a show where kids and adults can interact with Crush. Crush will talk to you, and this cycle is maybe about every 20 to 30 minutes or so. And so definitely check out Turtle Talk with Crush as well. If you have never done Turtle Talk, it is a hoot. I always love it. I always get a laugh out of it. You're not too old for Turtle Talk with Crush. And then when you come out of the animation building, you are going to end up in Off the Page, which is a gift shop. And this gift shop in particular is where you're going to find a lot of Disney arts. So if you're looking for artworks, you can come in here. They've got prints, they've got original arts. That one up there is original artwork. It's $5,000. And they have statuettes and things like that. Here is a Belle. Special exclusive collector doll from the designer collection. So this one's $130. And that's the type of stuff that you can expect in here. Again, not going to go through the entire gift shop. When we pop out of there, we're going to go across the street, and there's Hollywood Studios. So that's back where Monsters Inc. was. We had to double back, remember? This is Schmoozies. Schmoozies sells milkshakes and smoothies. They sell coffee too. I've never got the coffee from here, but I get the milkshakes from here all the time. I'll cycle through a couple of them, mostly seasonal milkshakes. I don't know if they have like a non-seasonal milkshake here, but they cycle the menu throughout the year depending on what season it is. And then they also have smoothies. I got the banana sensation, or strawberry banana sensation, and that one was delicious, amazing. Highly recommend you can check that out. We're gonna keep walking down the street here. Sometimes, if they're doing something inside the animation building, the animation experience where you learn to draw will line up over here, but you'll see that if that happens to be the case. They have the Fairfax Market right over here off to the left as well, and very similar to what we showed you over at Disneyland. This is just a fruit market. They've got waters, potato chips, chicharrones. We've got Peace Tea, Powerade, Vitamin Water, Simply Orange, Lemonade. We've got some sodas in there. Over here we have little bags of grapes for $3, pineapple spears for $3.50, pickles for $4.80, mini Baby Bells for $3.50. We've got a 3-pack of Cutie Mandarins for $5.50. $3.50, and then whole fruit we've got for $2. Not a whole lot of choices there right now, but they'll have more at different points throughout the day. Once again, don't forget to look out for Disney Photo Pass cast members. They're taking photos here in front of the Hyperion Theater and this like New York Town Wall, or California Town Wall, I guess. I guess it would be California Town, right? Disney California Adventure. They don't run the red car trolley anymore. That ended, was that earlier this year? I think it was earlier this year. Ended the red car trolley, so that doesn't come through here anymore, even though you still see the tracks in the center. It was parked at the front of the park. When we loop back around and do the other side of that main Buena Vista Street, we will show you where that's parked now. This is heading on into Avengers Campus, and that's Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout straight ahead. But beforehand, got to point out, this is the Shawarma Palace 2. At least that's what it used to be called. Don't know if it's changed its name. They got rid of the word Shawarma Palace on here, and now they don't have shawarmas. They've got pockets. The pepperoni pizza pocket and cheese pizza pocket. I have ordered one of those pockets before in the past. I'll put what it actually looks like on the screen for you. Don't remember what it tastes like though. Probably nothing super fancy. Back here is the area where you used to line up for the Hyperion. This space does often get utilized for other things. During Oogie Boogie Bash, they have Ernesto de la Cruz back there on the stage, and they'll have like switchbacks all through here for the candy trails. But sometimes they also use this for like Anaheim Ducks Day, and different events throughout the year will be featured back in this particular area. So no specific event outside of Oogie Boogie Bash going on here right now. They've used this area in the past for seating, for overflow seating for Pym Test Kitchen, but that hasn't been utilized in quite a while. So if you have been here before, but it's been a while and you're just watching this video to refresh yourself on Disney California Adventure, then that's why. I also should let you know that today is Saturday, October 4th at approximately 3:30, maybe 3:45 in the afternoon. If you are watching this video and looking at the crowds and wondering what day it is and that sort of thing, we've got Terran Treats over here, Amy's least favorite little cart. They do have a churro here. It says it's a Cygnus X1 churro, but it's the same price as a standard churro, and it says it's a classic churro, so I don't know. But the Cosmic Cream Orb, I'll put that on your screen. Cosmic Cream Orb, we got that here before. My family, not a big fan of the Cosmic Cream Orb, but maybe you will be if you like cream puffs. Some people have said that they like it, but I've also heard a lot of people, other people don't like it. This is the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, and we're walking back here because at the exit to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, they actually have a gift shop, and you don't have to ride Guardians of the Galaxy in order to come in the collector's warehouse. You can just walk around here and come into the gift shop, and this is going to be obviously very Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy centric in its theming. If you're looking for, you know, Marvel merchandise, hello, this is where you want to come. They've got Groot stuff over here, a whole wall of Groot, it looks like, a whole wall of Groot. I've popped back out here to the entrance of the attraction now. Right here in front of the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout sign, they'll often do a lot of character meet and greets. I've seen Star-Lord here, Groot, Gamora. I don't know if I've seen Drax at all. Maybe, but I definitely have seen the other three that I just mentioned for absolute certain right there. And the entrance to Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be over here off to the left. Now, if you are here during Halloween time like it is right now, and it's after 3 o'clock like it is right now, this is actually Guardians of the Galaxy Monsters After Dark. And it's a 70-minute wait. So this is the more popular version, Halloween version of the attraction, which takes place chronologically after Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. One of the Guardians gets left behind, and you're going back in with all the monsters loose to rescue him. And that's going on right now. Right across the way is some stroller parking for this area, and then I also want to point out another one of those carts. And pretty much the same stuff that they had in the other cart. It looks like Mickey ice cream bars, Nestle Toll House, Mickey ice cream sandwiches, and the like. But additionally, this one also has a turkey leg. So they got some turkey legs, they've got some corn on the cobs in here, as well as hot dogs. I think those are probably the hot dogs, and those are the turkey legs down there. And then there's the corn on the cobs up at the top. It looks like you can also purchase some different sippers and buckets here. I really have wanted to try the Oogie Boogie chocolate chip cookie. Have not gotten that yet. But look at the price. I mean, it's just a chocolate chip cookie, but I guess because it's Oogie Boogie shaped, it's a little bit more expensive. They also have a Jack Skellington gravestone bucket here that's $39.75 if that interests you. They'll have different popcorn buckets, of course, throughout the entire year. Every season, those popcorn buckets change. This is Pym Test Kitchen over off to our right, the back of it anyway. We'll show you the entrance in a moment. Some tables out front here that, you know, is their expanded seating to help combat the fact that it's usually pretty packed in there. This right here is the entrance to Pym Tasting Lab. So this is a alcoholic beverage, for the most part, place. They do have some specialty drinks you can order here that are non-alcoholic, but mostly alcoholic beverages that are purchasable right here at the Tasting Lab. And it sounds like a show is about to start. Oh, it's Captain America. Captain America just came out. Music's really loud. Don't know if you can hear me, but I've never actually seen them over there before. Usually characters are over here. And they do have a PhotoPass cast member over here, which means they're probably coming over here soon. I might need to do B-roll audio if that gets copyright strikes. This is really loud. I can't even hear myself talk. It's crazy. Even right now, even though I walked away from it. Pym Test Kitchen, let's go inside. I need to get away from the sound. Pym Test Kitchen is probably one of my favorite quick service restaurants in all of Disney California Adventure. They've got the Not So Little Chicken Sandwich, which you'll see on your screen as I mention these items. That's usually one of the most popular things mentioned. The pepper particle pasta, one of my favorite pasta dishes in the parks. It's a spicy pasta, by the way. So little kids may not like it if they don't like spicy foods. There's the humongous taco salad, which is Amy's favorite. She loves the humongous taco salad. There is the quantum pretzel. We've gotten that before. It's a great snack, big snack for the whole family. They have the Choco Smash bar, and then they also have the reactor melt. The reactor melt is a grilled cheese, like specialty grilled cheese sandwich. And then there is also the Impossible Spoonful, which of course is an impossible spaghetti with impossible meatball. And like impossible meatball in the spaghetti. I think they still have that. I don't see it on their menu board, but they've had it in the past. The seating for this restaurant is outside on both sides, and it is still so loud in here. Crazy loud. Right ahead is Avengers Vault. Avengers Vault is a gift shop where you can purchase a lot more Marvel merchandise. Let's go over this way to point out a few things about this land. Right here is an area where they do a stage show, not like a stage show, but they do a show right here. The Warriors of Wakanda will come out here and they'll put on a show. And then straight ahead is a special photo op spot, a character meet and greet. So sometimes Ant-Man will be back here, Doctor Strange. Right now it's Thor. Thor is doing the meet and greet back here. So you can come back here and find different characters. There is, I don't know what this giant cube thing is, but there's this giant cube thing over here. And then tucked back in this corner is an optical illusion that a lot of people like to take photos at. That you have to be at the right angle, but it looks like the floor is giving out from underneath you. And so, you know, there's some people taking photos right now. I'm not gonna mess with it too much, but if you are into optical illusions, go check that little photo op spot out there and do like a jumping spot, and it'll make it look like you're jumping over a hole that had just opened up underneath you. Some more seating over here, but also specifically for the Shawarma Palace. And remember, we said Shawarma Palace too. Well, this is the primary Shawarma Palace, and this one still does have the shawarmas. We got the New York's Tastiest, which is the chicken shawarma wrap, and might have been a while since I've ordered this. I don't know if I've gotten a new one of it or not. If I have new footage, I have new footage. If not, it's going to be old and kind of dark. And then the Impossible Victory Falafel is as it sounds, a vegan vegetarian option. I don't know if it's vegan, but it's vegetarian for sure. Impossible Victory Falafel. They usually have a gift shop right over here, and now that the music has died down, I can talk a bit more. They do have usually have a gift shop over here, but it's all closed up right now. There's some restrooms behind there, outside of Pym Test Kitchen and over here in Avengers Campus. And then one other attraction that is in Avengers Campus is going to be Spider-Man Web Slingers. And this has lightning lane, standby, as well as single rider lines. 50 minutes currently, and you see that the crowd is completely filled up there. This is not particularly a crowd update, but we will point out crowd-related things when we have opportunity to do so. This is also usually just a congested land. There's not a whole lot of walkways through here, so I always find it's best to avoid Avengers Campus if you're not actually wanting to ride any of the rides in here, but that's just my own opinion, just because of how tight the walkways are. Web Suppliers over here, a Spider-Man themed gift shop, and you can buy these WebTech power bands that help you score more points in the Spider-Man Web Slingers game. They also, because that ride's a game, by the way, and then they also have Spider Bots. You can purchase Spider Bots. These are remote controlled Spider Bots, and this one particularly is a limited edition Spider Bot for $89.99, but that is the type of merchandise that you can find in this Spider-Man store, along with clothing and some ears and apparel. We got some Spider-Man backpacks, lounge slide backpacks here as well. Usually outside the shop they'll be displaying the Spider Bots here on this mat. If you buy a Spider Bot, you can interact your Spider Bot with their Spider Bots. This exit, or this door right here, is the exit to Spider-Man Web Slingers. So when you get off the attraction, you will come out right here, and then they will do a show. This is the only land that does like a whole lot of shows, and I mean they do a whole lot of presentations and shows compared to any of the other lands across the Disneyland or Disney California Adventure. And Spider-Man will do like a high-flying stunt show up there on top, and then after he's done with the stunt show, he comes down here and then he greets guests. So we see Spider-Man doing his meet and greet here right now, getting photos, and then another photo op is going to be right up here at the entrance to Avengers Campus. Right here in front of the big Avengers Campus sign. They got a PhotoPass cast member there almost all the time. But this is a cool little detail. You know the little power core that Tony puts in his chest to power the Iron Man outfit? He's got a big giant one of those. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but a big giant one of those that's designed to power the entire Avengers Campus. That's the whole idea and theming behind that. Now we do have to backtrack a little bit here to go back towards the hub up by Carthay Circle to show you what is in between here. So this is Grizzly Peak, the other side of Grizzly River Run, and we might get a better view of that. Also a picture spot, got a cast member over there. But I want to point out a few things back up this way. First off, and that is another ice cream cart right over here off to our right. And this is Carthay Circle, so like I said, we're right back up to the hub. We've got another little ice cream cart that sells cotton candy, sodas, it looks like Cheetos, and ice cream sandwiches, as well as some of the different buckets. We see the Jack Skellington bucket, and they also have that Oogie Boogie cookie over here. Behind these walls is another area where they have food booths during the food festivals, and they also have character interactions during Oogie Boogie Bash. This is usually closed if the festivals aren't going on, or if Oogie Boogie Bash is not going on, but they often will put stuff back there. And now we're gonna quickly cross over to the other side of the road. I gotta play Frogger a little bit here to be able to get over there. But I want to show you kind of whatever. This is like a picture spot, and sometimes you'll see these little picture spots around the park. I didn't point them out over at Disneyland, but they'll have like a little example picture here of what you could possibly take, and you can see that you can, you know, there it is right there, right? That's it. That's it. And so you can take that exact photo right there, and the cast member, the PhotoPass cast member, is helping you facilitate that. The PhotoPass cast member is not always there. So you can take your own photos, or you can have, again, the PhotoPass cast member take a photo on your phone if you don't want to pay for PhotoPass. They'll absolutely do that. We do have some vineyard, like a little vineyard over here, and that's because it's very on par, on theme with the Golden Vine winery, and you know, just the whole California theme. There's not a whole lot of California left in this park, I feel like, but there are little bits of California here or there. They've got a DVC building right here. This building it used to be the old Blue Sky Cellar, and now it is a DVC building where you can learn about the Disney Vacation Club, but they also have a cast member out here helping you with Disney Vacation Club. And then right across the pathway, we got to once again play Frogger to get over here. Very, very busy today. It is the start of fall breaks, and it seems busier over here at DCA than it was over at Disneyland, probably because today is not an Oogie Boogie Bash day, and so anybody who is here for the weekend is going to be at DCA today. This is a check-in area for Oogie Boogie Bash if you are already in the park and you had a day ticket. They'll do check-in back there during food festivals. This will be like a Magic Key area for eating, because tables during food festivals will disappear relatively quickly. And as you can see, they've got these like little tables right here. This one's Oogie Boogie Bash themed, of course, but they will have tables here for Magic Key holders to come back into this quiet spot so that you can, find some tables a little bit easier. Nice little Magic Key spot. I like that. They have this little signboard that'll show you different wait times throughout the park. If you don't have the Disneyland app, I don't know why you wouldn't have the Disneyland app. You should download the Disneyland app. Absolutely go and do that. Let's keep going. Next up is going to be Cars Land. There's gonna inevitably be a lot of little backtracking through here. Again, DCA isn't exactly laid out as easy as Disneyland is for doing one whole complete path. So we're just going to go into Cars Land next, and then we'll have to do some backtracking once we exit through San Fransokyo Square. But the front of Cars Land has got a really nice sign. They have a special car out for the Halloween season. PhotoPass cast member there. And you can see the line that's developed over here off to the right to have photos taken in front of the Cars Land sign. Right behind that is Fillmore's, and Fillmore's is another fruit market very similar to the Fairfax market that we just passed not too long ago. And as you can see, there's a couple of tables here. I didn't actually know that there were tables here. I haven't actually really bought anything from Fillmore's, maybe like once. Maybe bought some cuties from there, but they have the same type of things that the other market had as well. So we won't belabor that point too much. And then straight across the way is Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, but for Halloween it's labeled as, or rethemed as, Mater's Graveyard Jamboree. And this has a special Halloween themed songs. They don't decorate it per se, but it's got Halloween specific songs that you can enjoy. And wow, the queue is completely packed full at the moment. I've never seen it that busy. It's only posted at a 30-minute wait, but it looks a lot longer than that to me. Then Cars Land is also going to be completely decorated for the Halloween season. You can see Halloween decorations up there. It'll be decorated for Christmas as well. Don't forget to check out some of these posters over here during the Halloween and Christmas season. They are awesome, and I won't spoil it for you, just tell you to go check them out. Sarge's Surplus Hut is another gift shop, and this one is going to be our first Cars Land specific gift shop. You can come in here and see a little model of Radiator Springs. We'll point that out. You can quickly take a look at some of the other merchandise items that are in here, just from what you can see as I'm walking around. Some apparel and little cars, but here's the little model of Radiator Springs. You want to come in here and kids want to check this out. There's the Cozy Cone Motel right over there. So this is pretty neat that they've got that. And we're just going to exit this gift shop. Straight ahead is the back end of Flo's V8 Cafe. We'll show you the front in just a minute. Got to work our way out of here. But before we get there, we've got the Cozy Cone Motel across the road. So we'll go there first. Cozy Cone Motel has 5 different cones, and each cone has different foods. They've got churros, they've got ice cream, they have bread cones, which have like mac and cheese and things in them. And I was trying to go down there, but Red is currently coming out. So they do character meet and greets right there. And so this is Red in his clown outfit. Red's coming through. We're just going to walk down here and go in the other way. I don't want to stand there and wait for Red to come all the way out. They'll bring other characters in. They'll bring in Cruz, Lightning McQueen, Mater. They used to have DJ. I don't know if DJ comes through anymore. But as we were saying, they've got bread cones, and they've got frozen cone cockshes, they're called. So they've got drinks back here. And then popcorn, as you guessed it, they've got popcorns. And then the garden, Red's Garden, Community Garden, is a little seating area back here for the Cozy Cone. And this is relatively new. They used to only have just a couple of tables up by the Cozy Cones, and there was almost never anywhere to sit. Now they've opened up this seating area back here, and there's almost always a table to sit, so that's great. I really appreciate that they have done that. Straight ahead is going to be Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. I had to think about it because right now it's Luigi's Honkin' Halloween, which is the Halloween version of it. But then they'll have a Christmas one, Luigi's Joy to the World. And this one is decorated. You can see the orange and yellow banners. So in addition to being decorated for Halloween, it also has special Halloween music just like Mater's does. So they're the only themed rides in Disney California Adventure that are themed for the holidays. And it's just music related, nothing like super special out of those two. And again, this is going to be Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters is the official name of the attraction, but Luigi's Honkin' Halloween right now. We are gonna get flows in a minute. It's right there, but I'll get a better look at it. I want to come down here and point out Radiator Springs Racers first, which is going to be the premier attraction in Cars Land and the premier attraction in Disney California Adventure, if not the premier attraction in all of the Disneyland Resort. It is easily, probably, the #1 ride in both parks. It will compete with Rise the Resistance over at Disneyland as a favorite here, and there's a reason why this is an individual Lightning Lane attraction, meaning that it is not on Lightning Lane Multipass. If you want a in-depth explanation of Lightning Lane, you can check out the resources down in the description. I have all sorts of videos that will help you plan your Disneyland vacation, and the Lightning Lane video will explain all of this. But there's Lightning Lane Premier Pass, Lightning Lane Multipass, and Lightning Lane Single Pass. This is a single pass attraction. It's currently a 110-minute standby wait. Single rider line is right over there. I highly recommend doing single rider. Even if it's a 35 to 40-minute wait single rider, it cuts the wait by a third. So that is incredibly helpful. This is a gift shop right over here off to the left. You can go in there. Another gift shop that is Cars Land themed. All the gift shops in here are only going to sell Cars Land merch and nothing else. But this is Ramon's House of Body Art. Ramon's House of Body Art. And that's going to be right next to Flo's V8 Cafe. But before we get to Flo's, there's another gift shop over here, which is next to the Cozy Cone, and this is the Radiator Springs Curios. And here you're going to find pins and collectibles and things like that. So this is your pin stop if you're looking for a place to buy some trading pins in Disney California Adventure. This is one of them. Again, the Radiator Springs Curios. You can see they've got it decorated for Halloween as well. Again, we won't go in there, trying to save us some time. I don't know where we are in this video or how long it is taking me, but Flo's V8 Cafe here is very, very fun theming if you're looking for a quick service restaurant that's 50s diner themed. And I love the air filter sort of look to it. Of course, Cars Land has got some seating out here. There's seating inside, there's seating around the corner. We're gonna walk in, we're gonna show you what the inside looks like. So if you have a seat inside, it's very diner themed, as we mentioned. In here you can find the Ka cheeseburger, the pastrami sandwich, Impossible Burger, Flo's famous fried chicken, race day salad, and more. I think we've ordered the Flo's classic shake before. I think we got chocolate, I'm not sure, but you'll see food on your screen for the items that we have previously purchased here in the past. They also have chicken tenders. They call them chicken fenders if you're looking for that type of thing. They've got some seasonal milkshakes here occasionally. I think a Christmas one, a gingerbread one that we've had in the past was pretty good. So be on the lookout for a lot of seasonal foods here at Flo's V8 Cafe as well. But this is one of the burger locations, burger and chicken tenders, that you'll be able to find at Disney California Adventure. Now I'll show you some of the diner type seating. Here's some diner type seating around the corner, but I want to show you the exterior seating because it's my absolute favorite. I don't sit anywhere else. I always sit in the same exact spot every time we eat here. One, if you come all the way out here, there's usually empty tables because people don't often come back here. Obviously there are people back here, but there's empty tables where the front was completely packed. But if you take like a table like this, you're able to sit right here and watch as Radiator Springs Racers comes going by, and that will come, I don't know if we're going to stand here and wait for it to happen. It's usually about every minute or so, but you can watch that as you're eating, and my kids love to do that. So that's my favorite spot right there, that table I just pointed out. That's where I always sit. If I'm eating at Flo's, that's where I sit. I wasn't hearing any sounds from Radiator Springs Racers. It seemed really quiet, and usually there's like noises off in the distance, and I didn't hear anything. Then it just came over the loudspeaker like, attention, attention, it was something, something, something. I didn't hear what they said, but basically, the ride is broken. Yeah. I don't know how long it'll be closed, so good thing I wasn't standing there waiting because it wasn't coming. But generally, you can watch it from there. Now we're walking out of Cars Land into San Fransokyo Square. We're headed that way anyway, walking by, like I said, Radiator Springs Racers off to the left. If it had been running, that would have been nice. But we are going out the back way, and then, like I said, we'll have to backtrack a little bit to get a few things when we get back into that main road that goes up to Carthay Circle. Here's another picture spot for you. If you want to see the picture spot, right there, picture spot. That's what the photo looks like. And this is the angle to get it in. Really great shot. We're gonna keep walking out this way. Usually pretty quiet back here too. Another reason why I prefer to take this pathway. Sometimes it can get very busy in the parks. Very busy. And taking the less traveled pathways will help you avoid some of the congestion. San Fransokyo Square, definitely a place where there's some congestion. Sometimes it's really hard to find tables in here if you're going to be eating in either of the 3 restaurants that are in this area. Quick service locations, by the way, quick service locations. There's a lot. Let's just start off to the left and let's go in a circle. So over off to the left is the Hamada Bot Shop, and this is a meet and greet area where you can meet Baymax and Hero. I don't know if any other characters will do meet and greets here, but they do it right here. No character meet and greet going on right now. Check the Disneyland app for times for character meet and greets, but that's where that'll happen. Then we have the San Fransokyo Makers Market. This is going to be a Big Hero 6 themed gift shop, so you'll be able to find some Baymax merchandise in here and a couple of other things as well. I actually saw a spider bot back there, but definitely more Big Hero 6 themed. Like, take a look at this San Fransokyo jacket here. It's got like the Letterman type letters, fuzzy jacket. Pretty neat. The first quick service location is Cocina Cucamonga, and this is going to be a Mexican location. Here you'll find the birria, quesadillas, and that's one of my favorite things to get here is the quesadilla. But they also have a bunch of different types of tacos. I'll put those on your screen now so you can take a look at the different tacos that they have, as well as a street corn, San Fransokyo street corn, and that was interesting. I'm not sure I would get it again, but if it looks good to you, I mean, the flavor was good. It just wasn't my type of food. And then immediately opposite that is going to be Aunt Cass Cafe. And Aunt Cass Cafe is, as you see, the seating area out here pretty crammed. But this is where you're going to find soup and a sourdough bread bowl. This used to be Pacific Wharf Cafe, and now it is Aunt Cass Cafe to fit the San Fransokyo Square theme. And it has pretty much all the same foods, however. They've got a couple of things that might be Japanese inspired, but really mostly soups and sourdough bread bowls, and anything that we've previously got I'll have put on your screen. In the very center here is Rita's Turbine Blenders, and this is going to be an alcoholic location. You can get some alcoholic beverages. Next to the exit to Aunt Cass Cafe, this is the exit to Aunt Cass Cafe, you are going to find the Boudin Bakery bread cart. So you can buy some sourdough bread right here, and I really recommend doing that. We've bought sourdough bread there a lot. Let's pop into Aunt Cass Cafe here real quick, because I could use a cup of water. And if you need water at all for any reason, just come in here, walk up to a mobile order counter and ask a cast member for a cup of water. They will give you a cup of water for free. This is the inside of Aunt Cass Cafe. I definitely needed that. Next up is Lucky Fortune Cookery. And this is going to be, well, it was Chinese food. It still kind of is Chinese food. It's supposed to be Japanese because of the San Fransokyo theme. They do have Japanese food as well, but they've kind of like hybrided their menu, Chinese and Japanese, and so they've got like teriyaki chicken in here with rice. They do have a karaage chicken sandwich. You can see that on your screen right now, karaage chicken sandwich, and a karaage chicken udon bowl. Got that on here, and I most recently had the beef ramen, beef birria ramen, and that was pretty good too. They have a Baymax macaron here for dessert if you're interested in that. And I might have footage of the pot stickers. I know we've ordered them before. Don't know if I have a footage, but if I do, it'll be on your screen. Right across from Lucky Fortune Cookery is the bakery tour. I would not go in this way. People do, but I would not go in this way. This is actually the exit to the tour. So if you start the tour in that way, you're going to be looking at everything in reverse. But they do have seating, more seating down the way on the left and on the right for both San Fransokyo Square as well as the Ghirardelli chocolate shop over here off to the right and soda fountain. And of course you can get Ghirardelli chocolates. You can go in here. Let's just go in the exit because I don't want to go through the line. You can come in here and you can actually buy Ghirardelli chocolates. They've got bagged Ghirardelli chocolates like you'd buy in the store, but they also have singles that you can purchase. You just grab a bag and you fill up with as many singles, and you get, it's $17.95 per half pound. But then if you order ice cream, you order ice cream over there, and they'll hand you ice cream, milkshakes, things like that right here. Again, I will also put the items that we've ordered from the Ghirardelli shop on your screen. I don't remember what they are, but I know for certain that I've got a mint shake in there, and that mint shake was amazing, like phenomenal. I would love to get that mint shake over and over and over again, but it is very expensive. They have added more seating back here. I'm just noticing that. They have added more seating back here, lots and lots of tables. There used to only be a couple, and now there's so many tables, and even so, they're still all filled for the most part. It's pretty crazy how busy this area has gotten lately. Back in this corner here is the Baby Care Center, and this is behind the Ghirardelli chocolate shop, and right over there is Sarge's Surplus, and Fillmore's is up here. So you can walk through this area between Fillmore's and Sarge's if you want to get to the Baby Care Center, and the Baby Care Center will allow you to like warm up milk, formula, or whatever else, anything, change the baby, anything you need to do with the baby care is the Baby Care Center right back there. Bakery tour entrance is right here. If you're going to go through the tour, I would definitely recommend coming in this way. You'll get a sample of bread right up at the front, and then you'll be able to watch them make the sourdough bread, the entire process right here, and it'll be in order and everything like that. So you can also learn about things, like there's some information here that you can learn about, and there's a little video presentation that'll teach you about the mother dough and boudin and all of that sort of thing. So the legacy of boudin, there's this little, almost like a museum type bits in here as well. So that's something for you to take a look at. We love the bakery tour and would definitely recommend it. In fact, my kids want to go in there all the time just for the free sample of bread. We do it almost every single visit to Disney California Adventure. Go in and get a free piece of bread. Then there is another frozen novelty items cart, which is over here this is actually next to the entrance to Cars Land. It's just on the other side. If you don't go down Cars Land and you keep going down to the next little area, there's the sign right there, is the sign for Cars Land. But directly opposite here is another, and this is really busy today, guys, sorry. If there's gonna be people crossing quite a bit, it's gonna make it hard to get good views, but I hope you don't mind, because there's nothing I can do about it. We've got some merchandise here for Halloween, Oogie Boogie Bash, and the like. This little cart is going to have different stuff. We've got some Oogie Boogie Bash ears, Oogie Boogie Bash spirit jersey, and then they've also got the Roosevelt's Oogie Boogie Bash button up there. Again, 30% off select Oogie Boogie Bash items. It looks like an Oogie Boogie Bash. Is that a loungefly? It might be. It's a different type of loungefly. But if we go up here, there's a couple of different restaurants that we need to point out. And this is, again, all in the area directly opposite of Cars Land.
That's really cool.
So over off to the left is Wine Country Trattoria, and this is going to be the second of 3 table service restaurants here at Disney California Adventure. Again, I guess 4 if you count the Carthay Circle Lounge as being a completely separate restaurant, which it technically is. So one of 4. And this is the outdoor seating area for that. We have eaten here, but only once. I got the chicken parmesan, and Amy got something else. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll put it on your screen. I'm saying that a lot. I just don't remember what things are called, but I hope you can enjoy the footage. That's all the footage that I have from this restaurant. Again, we've only eaten here once. Magic Key Terrace is located right next to that, so if that's Wine Country Trattoria up there, Magic Key is right here, and you have to go up these stairs to go to the Magic Key Terrace. Of course, only Magic Key holders and their guests can go to Magic Key Terrace. We recently ate there, and I think that review is going to be up on the channel before this video. So the items that we got there, the kids got a mac and cheese, I got a gnocchi, and Amy got veal. I want to say she got veal. I can't remember, but again, it's on your screen. I'm sorry I'm saying that so much. Down here is the Mendocino Wine Bar, and as you can imagine, this is just an alcoholic beverage location, though I do see some waters and Coke and Sprite in their coolers as well, so they do have some non-alcoholic beverages, but not specialties, mostly just wines and alcohol here. We already pointed out the DVC building, but if you want to enter it, it's right here. Anybody can go in there. It's a sales center. So it's for you to learn about Disney Vacation Club. If you are interested in their properties, they've got little models in there. They've got models of Aulani, models of the Disney cruise ships, and the like. So you can go in, it's called the Golden Vine House, the Disney Vacation Club, a Welcome Home Center. So go check that out if you're interested in learning more about Disney Vacation Club. And just be aware that if you let them, they will probably try to sell you on Disney Vacation Club. But you can just tell them you're not interested, and they will not pressure you. There will be no high pressure sales tactics going on here. They are very respectful. You say, no, I'm not interested. They'll leave you alone and they'll let you look around. So you can keep that in mind. This is the front end of San Fransokyo Square. We walked through all of that area, and so this is like, you know, just the outside of it, I suppose. To our right is the Sonoma Terrace, which is another like little bar area, mostly alcoholic beverages, but they do have a Bavarian pretzel. I don't know, I don't think I've ever ordered that, so I don't have any footage for it, but you can go up there and check that out for yourself if you like. Mostly alcoholic beverages, and let's just pop up real quick just so that you can see what it looks like. Here is the seating area for Sonoma Terrace. You can come up here. They've got some couches and some more comfortable seats than, oh, hello! These tables along the front here, the path, they're used for the different dessert parties. So whenever they've got dessert parties going on, Oogie Boogie Bash dessert parties, or the Pixar Pals, like dessert parties and things, they'll have you seated here as the parades come by. Better Together dessert party. The parade will come by, and then you'll be able to see it from that specialty seat. You also get food in the hour leading up to the parade as well. So I think the food is just a one time. You get a little box, and whatever food's in it's what you get. But drinks are unlimited. You can ask for as many drinks as you want. That's a great feature of that. But they are like $90 a person, just so you know. $90 a person for those dessert parties. There's a little hot dog cart over here off to the right, and more frozen novelties. But we've also got the jalapeno cream cheese breads in here as well. So that's the type of stuff that you'll find in that little cart. Yes, we'll come over here. Actually, no, sorry. We're gonna finish up this corner first. We're gonna walk by this a little bit later, but I wanna finish it up right now. They do have the Embarcadero Gifts, which is a Pandora gift shop. You can come in here and find some jewelry, Pandora jewelry in particular, and you can see little charms that they have. They're gonna have Marvel, and they're gonna have Disney inspired things. So specifically the Marvel showcases what they've got right now, Marvel times Pandora, and you can see those little charm bracelets. But they've also got some other things that you can purchase there, rings, earrings, and they also have, it looks like, the gold sequin loungefly. The Disney Castle 70 Castle collection is in here, and so just pan the rest of the gift shop. That's all we've got inside here. So if I come back out, we're gonna get that on the way back. This is like another hub. We've got like another little central area here around Pixar Pier and San Fransokyo Square and Paradise Gardens. First up in this area, we are going to find this, it's called the Cappuccino Cart if you look at it on the Disneyland app, but it's a Joffrey's coffee cart. In the morning, they have a steak and egg burrito for breakfast. I absolutely love this thing. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite breakfast items to get here at Disney California Adventure. And then Amy loves the Joffrey's coffee. It usually has a very long standby line, not so much today, not too bad, but if you can mobile order, that's the way to go. And then this is the official entrance to San Fransokyo Square, right over here. You would go over the bridge and then you'd be down in San Fransokyo Square. So we kind of, came around a different direction. This is the Pan Pacific Pin Traders, another little pin trading location where you can purchase pins, and then the cast member probably has a pin board that if you want to do some trading, you can do that, but you can purchase some specialty pins there. If you are enjoying this video and finding it helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to save money on your next Disneyland vacation, call my friends at Getaway today and tell them that SoCal Disney Dad sent you. Or click the link down in the description and use my coupon code to save on top of their already discounted hotel and ticket packages. It's like, man, I should have done my crowd update over here. Disneyland was just average. I was saying that if you saw the crowd update, it was like average, average, average. Disney California Adventure, man, is it packed over here. Super crowded. Like, people everywhere. But again, that is because today is not an Oogie Boogie Bash day. So if you did not know, Oogie Boogie Bash is a trick-or-treating event that takes place from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. 3 nights a week. And at 6 p.m., the park closes to anybody who does not have an Oogie Boogie Bash ticket. So if you're here on a one-day ticket, you are not going to be able to stay in past 6 p.m. As a result of that, the other 4 days of the week, Disneyland or Disney California Adventure is very crowded because people want to be able to stay all the way up until the park closes. Knickknacks gift shop is over there off to the left. It's going to be Pixar themed gift shop. Everything over there is going to be Pixar themed, but I don't want to bypass this right here, which is Lamplight Lounge. And this is going to be the most popular table service restaurant of the 4 that are here at Disney California Adventure. This is going to be the one that is the hardest to get. This one, very similar to Carthay Circle, is actually split into 2 restaurants. So we have the Lamplight Lounge, which goes downstairs, and then we have the boardwalk area, the boardwalk seating, which is up here at the top. It's a separate reservation. So keep that in mind. They also have slightly different menus as well, but Lamplight Lounge, very, very popular. I'll cycle through a bunch of the foods that I've ordered here. I've also come here with a group, and so some of the foods that you're seeing on your screen are foods that the group has ordered that I have not ordered, and so there should be quite a few different food items for you to take a look at and see. They also have drinks. The drinks are pretty good. I like the drinks here, especially the 2319 and Goofball Island, I think are my 2 go-tos. And let's keep walking along here up in Pixar Pier. Show you the boardwalk dining. Now the lobster nachos is like the primary thing that Lamplight Lounge was known for, and the lobster nachos has since left Lamplight Lounge and it's come up here to the boardwalk, and used to be able to get both in, the lobster nachos in both locations, but now you can only get the lobster nachos up here on the boardwalk. We have eaten up here before. It's really nice to sit and watch like Incredicoaster go by. So I think I prefer the boardwalk viewing compared to Lamplight Lounge itself. Also a little easier to get into the boardwalk than it is to get into Lamplight Lounge proper. That's just what we're gonna call it. As we continue along, we'll come across adorable snowman frosted treats. And this is where you can get some soft serve. Soft serve. Also, the Cozy Cones is soft serve. Chocolate and vanilla soft serve at the Cozy Cones. And then here it's gonna be lemon, mango. They also have raspberry. I feel like that's new. I don't remember seeing that before. They've got raspberry soft serve. Man, that sounds so good right about now. But the primary thing that Adorable Snowman Frosted Treats is known for is the Pixar Pier Frosty Parfait. And this is gonna be a lemon soft serve on top of blue raspberry icy. And I just love that. It's a really great treat. I think it's the only thing I've actually ordered from there. I would love to get the raspberry ice cream soft serve since that's new. But I'm not gonna do it today. I've had enough sugary stuff today between what I ate at lunch, because I ate at Blue Bayou for lunch. Yes, I'm still on that day. I've filmed 5 videos today. This is the 5th one of the 5 videos that I've been filming today. This is the standby line, or it might be the Lightning Lane return line. It's sometimes hard to tell the difference, but right up here is the single rider line. A single rider is not usually very good here in Incredicoaster. This is in fact one of the rides that I would say do not use the single rider line. It is probably going to be a waste of time. It moves so slowly and it's just not worth it. This is a really long line for Incredicoaster over here. You can watch the Incredicoaster take off from over here, so if you're not going to be riding, maybe you have a little one and you want to watch your family, you can stand right over here and you can watch it launching, get photos of your family on the ride, and that sort of thing. That's always a fun spot to be. This is going to be a hard area to film as well. I think this is the #1 congested area in the park, even over Avengers Campus. So we're going to do our best. Bear with me. Looks like Incredicoaster's standby line is only 35 minutes. Are you kidding me? Only 35 minutes. So that's definitely the standby line, because the Lightning Lane, there's no line for the Lightning Lane. It's right over here. But there's no way that's 35 minutes if the line is all the way double wrapped up on the bridge. That's just not possible. Jack Cookie Num Nums. Back here you can get a couple of different types of cookies, and we'll show you some photos of them. We've got the Jack Cookie Num Num, the Incredicookie, and the Shortbread Cookie. And there's the first one at the top, and then that's the Incredicookie, the gluten-free cookie. You can see the little colorful tag to let you know it's gluten-free, and then the shortbread cookie down here at the bottom.
You don't want to go.
And then over here in front of this eye on the wall, the Incredibles logo, they will often do meet and greets here. I've seen Frozone, Mr. Incredible, and Elastigirl all doing meet and greets right back here in front of that logo. There's a restroom over that way, and we're just going to go back out this way, this direction. Hopefully bypass some of the crowds by taking this little pathway. You can see another frozen treats cart. Don't need to point out those anymore. I mean, I'll point out their locations, but I'm not going to hyper focus on what's there, because we've seen more than enough of them at this point. And then we have Jesse's Critter Carousel. This is the carousel in Disney California Adventure. This is pretty much always the wait time, because it's not a very popular attraction. So if you want a ride that you can get on without much difficulty, even on the busiest of days, you want to come over here to Jesse's Critter Carousel. Also, just a word of warning that the characters are not the most comfortable to sit on. You heard it first from me. The ones at Legoland are worse, though. I feel like the ones at Legoland are way worse. That one is like, you know, super comfortable compared to the ones at Legoland. Over off to our right is going to be Poultry Palace, another quick service location, and primarily what you're going to find here are chicken drumsticks. They're seasoned, and they're actually pretty good. We've eaten here a couple of times and always been impressed with how good the chicken tastes. It's seasoned, so seasoned drumsticks. Definitely check out Poultry Palace if you're interested. Toy Story Midway Mania is off to our left, and right here is another common area where you'll find characters. Buzz Lightyear, Woody, and Bo Peep have done meet and greets there. During Oogie Boogie Bash, they've had Lotso Hug and Bear in the past that meets right there. Right here is a Senior Buzz Churros. You can get a Galaxy Dusted Churro, which is basically it's a regular standard churro, but the sugar is purple for Buzz. That's it. I don't think it tastes any different. I don't remember. Toy Story Midway Mania, 70-minute wait over here for Toy Story Midway Mania. This is a video game attraction. Love this ride. Can't get enough of Toy Story Midway Mania. But it's also one of the more popular rides in the park, and definitely one of the ones where Lightning Lane disappears the quickest on. So if you're purchasing Lightning Lane Multipass, keep that in mind to do that one early. It will disappear. Same with Guardians of the Galaxy. Angry Dogs is a place where you can get some hot dogs. You can get the Slightly Annoyed Dog, which is just a standard hot dog, but the thing that you want to get if you like some spice is the Angry Dog. It's a spicy all-beef hot dog, and you also get a side of hot Cheeto fries. And so you can purchase some alcohol here too, but obviously it doesn't look like anything in the window here. It's just a wrapped up hot dog, and it is just a hot dog. It's like It's almost like a place that you would get as a snack more than anything. Popcorn cart here, over off to the right. And if we walk across the way, we're gonna find the games. They've got some carnival games, boardwalk games, that's it. The games at Pixar Pier. Each game costs $5. Okay, you have to get some tokens here, and each token is $5. So if you wanna play all of them, it's $20 for one person to play each and every game. They have like Fish Pond, where everyone wins. You get to keep going until you actually get a star, and then you'll always get a prize. Very cheap prizes. Let me just show you the prizes, might as well. We're here, right? So they're not the most coveted or desired prizes because everybody wins, but they do have a bigger prize if you do happen to pull the right one. This is the most common prize, the small prize. And then if we go to the next one, this one is going to be the classic water gun game, Wall-E Space Race. And you need 2 to 3 players to win a small prize, which is going to be here on the bottom, and you need 4 to 5 players to win a large prize, which you can get Wall-E and Eve there up at the top. Again, every single one of these games is $5. And then we have Heimlich's Candy Corn Toss, which is a standard, like ball toss, got to get it in his mouth, and here are the prizes. Get 3 in to win, 1 prize per game. And they've got some Heimlich things, and I don't remember those characters' names because I haven't seen Bug's Life in forever. Flick, that's it, Flick. Because Flick's Flyers used to be what the name of the ride was. Bullseye's a Stampede. This is my favorite one, the one where you roll the ball and it makes the horse go a little faster. And this is also another one of those ones where I think you need a certain number of players to get the best prize. 2 to 4 players gets a small prize down here. 5 to 6 players gets a medium prize, and then 7 to 8 players gets a large prize here on the top. They do allow trade-ups. 3 small prizes equals 1 medium prize, and 2 medium prizes equals a large prize, which means that you need 6 small prizes to get a large prize, or $30 minimum. $30 minimum, and that's if you're like basically playing with, actually $60 minimum if you're playing with 2 family members. Look, there's Anger. Anger's doing meet and greets. We're in front of the Pixar Promenade at the moment, and here is the Luxo ball, very similar to the ball that they have outside of Space Mountain. They've got one of them here at Disney California Adventure. Kids always love this, the moving water, like the balls that it's got so much water pressure underneath it that it actually is lifted up and moves around at your touch very easily. The Pixar Promenade is a very common area for character meet and greets. I've seen Mike and Sully here, and the Green Army Men, and a bunch of other characters have done meet and greets here as well. Directly opposite the Pixar Promenade is the Pixar Pal Around. They have non-swinging gondolas and swinging gondolas. So if you want non-swinging, you go off to the left. If you want swinging, you go off to the right. If it's me, I'm doing swinging or nothing else. There's 2 times as many swinging vehicles as there are non-swinging, because the vehicle right in the middle is the non-swinging, and then they have one on the left and right that are swinging when they load. So they load 3 different vehicles, and only one of them is non-swinging. So even though this line looks longer, it'll probably actually go through a lot quicker than the non-swinging line over here. This attraction has very slow loading. I would not recommend doing it at this time of the day. Definitely do it earlier on before the lines get this long. Right to the right of the Pixar Promenade is going to be Bing Bong's Sweet Stuff. And this is both a gift shop for more Pixar merchandise, but it also doubles as a confectionery. And so if we come in, and it's not just even a confectionery like the Candy Palace or Pooh Corner at Disneyland, it is also a place where you can buy some frozen beverages, memory refreshers they're called, and they've got all sorts of different flavors and all sorts of different specialties. They've got layers, they've got boba balls, and that's all along the back there. You can see those. But then in the display cases in the front, they also have your standard confectionery treats like marshmallow ones and Rice Krispie treats and caramel apples and cookies. And so you can order the standard Disney, Disney confections there. But as I also mentioned, they've got a whole bunch of Disney and Pixar merchandise in here as well. So if you love Pixar, definitely come into Bing Bong's. And Bing Bong talks. He just started to. He does the bing bong, who's the friend you love? Just I don't know. I don't remember how that goes. I've been saying that a lot today. I don't remember how things go. My brain only has so much room for information, and Bing Bong's song is not not something that I've stored away as important in my life. Emotional, inside out emotional whirlwind. This is what used to be Flix Flyers, and we had a Bugs Land over where Avengers Campus is now, and it was a Bugs Land. This attraction was Flix Flyers. They moved it over here and rethemed it inside out emotional whirlwind. 20 minutes. That's pretty average for inside out emotional whirlwind here. It's a spinny ride. It lifts you up, it spins you around. There's a lot of spinny rides at Disney California Adventure because the next one is also a spinny ride. It's on the other side of the Incredicoaster track here. And we'll get there in just a second. Before we talk about that ride though, another Slurpee location. It's not Slurpees because Slurpees is 7-Eleven, but if you want a frozen beverage, they've got Minute Maid lemonade, Coke cherry, Fanta cherry, Fanta cherry, and Fanta blue raspberry. And you can get any mix of those flavors if you'd like. I usually do cherry Coke. That's my favorite combo here. A little bit of cherry. All you need is about a quarter cherry and then 3/4 Coke, and that'll be perfect. This is Sicily Symphony Swings. They have tandem swings, and tandem swings are required for children between 48 and 48 inches. 40 is the minimum height requirement to ride. 48 is the minimum to ride alone. So if they're between that, they have to ride in a tandem swing, which is with you and, it's a two-person swing. And so that's the Silly Symphony Swings is up there. Boardwalk Pizza Pasta we'll get to in just a second. I want to point out the Bayside Brews. And this is another alcohol location. So there's almost no alcohol in Disneyland, almost none. You can find some in places like Oga's Cantina, but Bayside Brews and pretty much all over Disney California Adventure you can get alcohol, and this is the park for alcoholic beverages. They do have pretzels here though. It looks like they've got the jalapeno filled pretzel, the cream cheese pretzel, and the Mickey pretzel, very similar to Refreshment Corner. So if you're looking for some pretzels, this is a location where you can find pretzels at Disney California Adventure. Looks like the Coco show is going on right now. That's what we heard over the loudspeaker earlier when we were by Ariel's. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to walk through here, but this is Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, one of the quick service locations here. This one's cafeteria style. You go inside, you grab a tray. We're going to walk in, show you what it looks like. And then you can choose between 3 different types of food. They have, before I show you the food, this is what the inside of the restaurant looks like. Grab a tray, and like I said, just you go up, and they usually have food prepared on the table already. Just grab what you want. If what you want is not displayed, but it's on their menu, you can tell them, and they'll make it there fresh right in front of you. But as you can see, they've got pizza, and we'll just show you many of the different types of pizzas. Looks like most of this is cheese, but they do have a pepperoni pizza right there. Tons of cheese pizza, and then this is the spicy pasta pizza specialty pizza. That's a seasonal pizza, and then some more pepperoni pizzas over there. They've got different things like milk, chocolate milk, water, apple juice, Danimals, strawberry stuff, whatever that is, strawberry milk, strawberry smoothie, mandarins, and then actually apple sauce. Then they've got a couple of specialty desserts in here. This is the apple budino. You can see what that looks like. And they've got Uncrustables in here. So a couple of different things you can grab for dessert or for the kids. Salads, they've got some salads in here. I don't know that we've ever ordered salads from in here. Primarily what we get is pasta, and so I'll cycle through some of the pasta items on your screen so you can see the different pasta foods that you can expect to get here. My kids love this. My kids love pasta, and usually one is large enough for the 2 of them. They're still able to split it. We've tried to give them their own meal, and they just don't end up eating it. So this is a great affordable option if you have kids that love pasta. My kids love to come here, but they also have pastas that I like. I mean, not that I don't like regular spaghetti and meatballs, but they've got some specialty pastas too, which are really fun. And so this is often a place that we eat here at Disney California Adventure. Then right next to Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta is actually the Paradise Garden Grill. And this area has seasonal foods. It changes every season. So the menu's never the same. I can't really tell you what you're going to find when you come, but I will once again cycle through some foods. And it looks like they're bringing out some more characters for the Coco show. And so they're going to use these little puppets, that's the word I was looking for. Some puppets for the Coco show that's going on in front of Goofy's Sky School. But they have live music that goes on right here too. Different times of the year they'll have live. I mean, even it shouldn't be any time of the year they'll have live music. Just it depends on what season it is, what type of music they'll have. So you can just sit here, have some food, and enjoy some live music from time to time. For Festival of the Holidays, or really any of the festivals that have sip and savor passes, Paradise Garden Grill will have items on their menu that are eligible, sip and savor eligible. So if you buy that pass, you can still get some of the food items there at Paradise Garden Grill, even though it's not a food booth. Right now, this is Plaza de la Familia, so everything is set up and themed towards Coco, which is also why they're doing the Coco show. I may not even be able to get out of here until after that Coco show is done. No, they're allowing people to come through. So we should be able to squeeze out this way. I'm going to turn the camera off until we're up by Goofy Sky School, though. They do have Goofy Sky School. It looks like it's closed. I don't remember this being down for refurbishment, but the way that they've got the things on the front, it looks like it's like closed. I don't know. Goofy Sky School, though, a Wild Mouse attraction if you're interested in another roller coaster here. It looks like they've got tape on the ground right now, so if you want to stand and watch and you don't want to be, if you're in this pathway, you have to keep moving. You can't stop. But if you're on the other side of the green tape, you can stop and watch the show, even if the viewing is not that great. We got a little sunglass cart right here that we're walking by. You're looking for some sunglasses, maybe yours broke. They got some sunglasses for sale in the park. And then we have Corn Dog Castle. Corn Dog Castle is one of my favorite places. In fact, the only place that I recommend getting a corn dog. They have other corn dogs at Disneyland. I just think they're regular corn dogs. And they do have the original here as well. But my favorite is the Hot Link corn dog. That one's the special one. That one's the one that I think, if you like hot foods, you're going to love the Hot Link corn dog. I'll put it on your screen. It's one of my favorite things to get. They also have the cheddar cheese stick. I don't know if I've gotten that recently. I might have. If I do, I'll put the footage on your screen. But you can get the original corn dog, Hot Link corn dog, and the cheddar cheese stick here. This is Seaside Souvenirs right past that area. I'm going to try to get through the music area real quick. Another external outside gift shop. I do want to give a quick shout out. I don't remember your names. I don't actually get your names, but some viewers from Chicago just said hello, and a little guy wanted to be on the video, but I wasn't comfortable putting a little child on the camera, so I just give you guys a shout out if that's all right. A shout out to you guys from Chicago. Thank you for saying hello right over at the Corn Dog Castle. I greatly appreciate that. Right here is a information booth for guest services. So if you need to talk to somebody, you can do that right there. The Golden Zephyr right here. Obviously, you can see that in action. That's the Golden Zephyr. And then we bypassed Jumpin' Jellyfish just because we were walking over there. Jumpin' Jellyfish is like a mini drop ride, very family-friendly, tame drop ride. And you see these poles over here? You're going to go all the way up, and then you're going to drop, and then you're going to drop, and you're going to drop. And it's very gentle, very gentle. Even people who don't like drop rides will find that to be fine. Although you might not like it if you don't like heights. That's the only thing, because it does go fairly high up. So straight ahead is another Oogie Boogie Bash thing. You might see stuff like that set up as we've been walking around. They've got Oogie Boogie Bash displays. They'll take down these walls that are around it during the event, but they have these walls up just so you can't really see what's going on there if it's not event time. There's going to be a variety of carts along this path up here. I'm going to bypass those. Just know that there's a variety of them, frozen beverage, drink carts and things like that, because I want to come down here and I want to talk about World of Color. And so World of Color, this is the main area for World of Color. That's the nighttime show here at Disney California Adventure. They do not have World of Color on Oogie Boogie Bash nights. So if you want to see World of Color, you have to come on a night like tonight, which again is why Disney California Adventure is a little bit more crowded as a result. And if we walk down here, you'll be able to see those World of Color jets. They're sticking out of the water right now. I'm surprised that they are. Usually they have them under the water, although it actually might be getting pretty close to time where they start testing. They'll often, I can see some little water bubbles coming up. They'll start testing all the apparatus a little bit for later. It's 4:45. Wow, I've been doing this video, I've been filming it for an hour and 45 minutes at this point. Don't know how long the video is going to be. Probably pretty close to that, because there's very few times where I had the camera off. But you can see that it's a pretty great view of Pixar Pier from over here. We've got the Pixar Pal around. We've got those water jets down in there for our World of Color. So the water jets are going to shoot off. If you are down here, you probably will get wet. The way that the wind blows is going to blow the water straight onto you. So if you don't want to get wet, you need to be a little bit further up. They do have dessert parties for World of Color. There's going to be one step even up from that. And the viewing is pretty decent. I've done it before. The viewing is pretty decent, so don't worry about views, even though you're all the way back there. You can still see World of Color just fine from up there, but you get a seat. Everybody else has to stand. This whole area is just standing room. And so you'll come in here, maybe you'll come in here at 8 o'clock and it's at 9. They will let you sit for a little bit, maybe like the first half hour. And then after that, to make more room for more people, they will like squeeze everybody. They'll ask you to stand up, and they'll move everybody in as far as you can just to make room for other guests. My favorite thing to do is actually grab spots. Like if you can't get a spot along the railing right here, get a spot right here in front of like the stairs. Now this is a little too close. You probably want those stairs back there instead, but look for stair spots. Stair spots are really great, like this right here, because then you've got unimpeded views. You're up higher, and yeah, that's my general spot. I look for these little spots that are right at the tops of stairs if all the like fence railing is gone. And this is more spots over here that you can be looking for, like right along this area right here too. So it really just depends on where they're putting you and what time and who's here, but always look for stair spots. That's what I usually go for. They just started testing it more. So this is how they do the projections. They put water up like that, and then behind them they have projectors that broadcast like a movie clip on that wall of water. So I wanted you to see that. That was pretty cool. There they go. They're testing it again, the different sequences. I love watching them test World of Color. It usually happens right around 5 o'clock. So yeah, it's about 4:45, 4:50, and they are testing. Just going back down there real quick, I came across my friends from Chicago again, and I got the little guy's name. His name is Marcus. Shout out to you, Marcus. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. So here is Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure, and that is a dark ride if you've never been here. A dark ride just means that you're in the dark, going through little set pieces, little set displays. And so, yes, I like Ariel's, and we'll take a look at what the wait time is when we pass by it. This is right here, this little cart, this little shop is a seasonal marketplace that always has the food festival merchandise. And for Oogie Boogie Bash, they also have the Oogie Boogie Bash merchandise in here. And this is going to be the most complete area where you can find all the Oogie Boogie Bash merchandise. We've seen different pieces of it here or there in different parts of the park, but that little event marketplace is where you're going to want to go. As you see, we are here back at that secondary hub that I told you about, right outside of Pixar Place, or Pixar Pals. No, Pixar Pier. Oh, there we go. There's so many Pixar P's thing. Pixar Pals, parking structure, Pixar Place Hotel, Pixar Pier. Anyway, the Little Mermaid Ariel's Undersea Adventure right here. And posted wait time is 30 minutes. That's a little long for Ariel's, but again, it's a busy day. And there's that Pandora that we saw earlier. I just realized. Try to navigate some crowds here, see if we can get around some people. So what do we got here? Some bubble wands and fans.
Oh my God.
Some bubble wands and some fans back there. Some stroller parking over off to the left for Little Mermaid. And they'll often do a character meet and greet over here. Not right now, like they've taken the whole display down, but they'll sometimes have a character meet and greet over here. I've seen Judy Hops and Nick Wilde. meeting right there. And then I've also seen Carl and Doug, but Carl and Doug have also done meet and greets right here during different times of the year. One of the festival booths will be right here, oftentimes festival booths. And there's obviously a little ice cream cart right there. This is Grizzly River Run, or at least you can see Grizzly River Run. It's not the entrance to it, but it's the big Eureka wheel. And there is a churro cart over here. I gotta keep moving the microphone. My bag keeps sliding back behind me, and I don't like it when it does that. So I have to keep, if the volume is getting louder and softer and louder and softer, and the microphone's supposed to avoid that, but the microphone's also supposed to help me avoid wind, and that was the primary concern today. Grizzly Falls Churros, one of the churro carts. They will have a peppermint churro usually here during the Christmas season. Always good to check out the peppermint churro that is there. I love that peppermint churro. Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. It's a fun little jungle gym type area for kids. And they also double use this space as Villains Grove during Oogie Boogie Bash. And that is probably the best part of Oogie Boogie Bash, in my opinion, is Villains Grove. I love it. It's phenomenal. Definitely worth coming to Oogie Boogie Bash just to check out Villains Grove. To me, I would pay to go to an event that is just Villains Grove, but like on a much grander scale. It's kind of what Lightscape is in San Diego and the Botanical Gardens. They will have it there. Lightscape goes all over the country, not just here. But Lightscape isn't quite as good. It's okay. It's decent, but I feel like Villains Grove is phenomenal. You can have lights as packed as they are in that area and just do it on a grander scale. That's awesome, but it's probably very expensive too. Russian River Outfitters is going to be the Grizzly River Run gift shop, and we're approaching that off to our right hand side. It's got a lot of like National Geographic, which I know is owned by Disney. But it's also just got a lot of brand merchandise as well too, I think. They've got some flip-flops back here, and they do have Disney stuff, don't get me wrong. They've got Disney stuff in here, but I feel like they've also just got some generic merchandise in here too. This whole display is Halloween, Disney Halloween, the generic merchandise, more on the back wall, but I am seeing a lot of Mickey stuff, so maybe not as much as I was thinking, or at least they have in the past. I feel like this whole display, when it's not Halloween, wasn't even really Disney related. I don't even see the National Geographic stuff that I was mentioning, so they've definitely changed some of the stuff that's in here since the last time that I've been, but you can come in here. This is a nice little gift shop. If we head outside of that gift shop, straight across the way, you're going to see these lockers. And these lockers are places to put your stuff if you're going to ride Grizzly River Run, so that your the stuff that you have with you doesn't get absolutely soaked. And so if it's a good green light, there's an open locker, and there's plenty of green lights over there. It's not free, like it is free, but for only like 90 minutes. After 90 minutes, pleasure to meet some folks. I didn't catch your names or where you were from, but you guys were super excited, and it's your first trip, so congrats. Thanks for saying hello, and love that you love Disneyland and are having a great time because of the videos. We've got Grizzly Bear there for Grizzly River Run. Of course, he's holding his Halloween pail, and he'll be in his Christmas sweater at Christmas time. So they do decorate this ride, I guess, a little bit for the seasons, but it's just the bear. It's not the actual attraction. 50-minute wait for Grizzly River Run. You could do single rider. Single rider goes through the exit, but as I was saying, if you get a locker, the locker is free for 90 minutes, and then after the 90 minutes, they'll start to charge you, I think. It might be 2 hours, but the point is that you can't just leave your stuff, and you shouldn't just leave your stuff in there, because that is meant for the people riding the ride. So please don't use those lockers as a place to store your stuff to avoid paying for lockers at the front of the park. We've got another frozen foods cart. These carts are all over the place, frozen foods carts. And then here's another little Disney Vacation Club kiosk. If you have a Magic Band, you can get Big Al here to talk. And let's see if we can get him to go. There we go. So, I don't know if you can hear that through the microphone, but it's great when we can get Big Al to talk. Sometimes they'll have a cast member posted here, like we saw at the other one, where they can talk to you about Disney Vacation Club. Directly opposite that is this little arch. And if you go through this archway, you will end up in the Grand Californian. So this is the dedicated Grand Californian hotel entrance and exit. You can, as regular guests, you can absolutely go through this exit. You can go into the Grand Californian this way, and then you can come back into the Disney California Adventure Park this way, even if you are not a hotel guest of the Grand Californian. They might have it restricted in the morning, first thing in the morning, to hotel guests, so keep that in mind. But definitely, like this time of day, 5 o'clock, anybody can come and go. You have a dinner reservation in there at Storytellers, absolutely pop in there, and then you can just pop right back into the park. You don't need to be a hotel guest to use that entrance and exit. And we are actually very quickly coming to a close. This video is almost done. It's been a while though. I'm sure it's still pretty long. And so I appreciate each and every one of you guys who are still here, who are still watching, who are hanging out with me throughout this entire duration. I wasn't actually gonna do this video after the first one ended up being 2 hours, because I was like, who wants to watch a 2-hour video? Who's gonna watch a 2-hour video? And I was surprised you guys really floored me with how many people who are super excited about that 2-hour video and were asking for a Disney California Adventure version. In my mind, it's like, I'm gonna be boring them to death. And in reality, it's actually something that you guys really liked. So thought we'd do it over here too. There's Pluto doing a meet and greet. I like that the sign right next to him, the search and rescue sign, when he's here says dog on duty. And whenever he's not here, they close that sign up. So Pluto often does a meet and greet right here in front of this airplane, which is in front of the Soarin' Around the World attraction. And we should be able to walk this way real quick to show you the back end of the Soarin' line. So this is right over here. We've got another popcorn cart right here that has some popcorn buckets. You can see those popcorn buckets on display. These are the ones that are currently available, and you can get those at this popcorn cart. They do have some restrooms over here off to the right. Grizzly Peak Recreation Area is the official name of this land, and those are the restrooms in the Grizzly Peak Recreation Area. There's also the Grizzly Peak Airfield, and I don't know if actually that's no, I don't think that's the name of the sign. I think it's Humphreys. I was just seeing that sign over off to the right and thought that was the name of the gift shop, but I'm pretty sure it's Humphreys. It is Humphreys at Service and Supplies. So now this shop, I feel like, is very less Disney-fied than others. In fact, it's very Smokey the Bear. So let's poke in here and show you what I'm talking about. I also see a lot of pins in here, so good place for pin trading. But they've got some Smokey the Bear merchandise right here in this display stand. And let's keep going over here for right now. And we'll come back to that. So here you go. Give a hoot, don't pollute. I like that. Only you can prevent wildfires. And yeah, lots of Smokey the Bear merchandise in here. They've even got, no, this is obviously Disney, but Chip 'n Dale Snack Company. Mickey Puffy Cheese Crackers is what it says. Okay, now we can come back over here and we can take a look at this. They've got California poppies. You can buy some California poppies, and they also have giant sequoias. The giant sequoias. They believe there's instructions, like certain people, like if you're gonna fly, I don't think you can buy this because I don't think you can fly with that sort of thing. But they do have giant sequoias that you can plant. I don't know how that works. Grow a tree, genuine tree seed germination kit. So it's interesting. Again, I don't know how people would appreciate the giant sequoia in like an urban area, but my guess is it takes forever to grow, that it would never become an issue, at least any time in our lifetime. Here is Soarin' Around the World, and this is our last ride that we need to point out. And yeah, the current posted standby wait time is, I don't know. Did they take the signboard off? I can't see it. Let me see if I can get a little closer. No, they didn't take the signboard off. 65 minutes. 65 minutes right here for Soarin' Around the World. During Food and Wine Festival, which is usually like February 28th through April 21st, roughly, give or take. The dates change every year because it's Friday to Monday, whatever the dates are around February 28th and April 21st. But it'll change to Soarin' Over California. The Over California comes back for Food and Wine Festival. It's my favorite version of the ride. I still think it should permanently be soaring over California here at Disney California Adventure and soaring around the world at Epcot, where it just makes more thematic sense for that to be the case. I've got some more bubble wands over there. And then our last official quick service restaurant, there's still some more food. We got some more food to point out. A couple places that's got like ice cream and confectionery candy and stuff like that. But Smoke Jumper's Grill is right next to Soarin' Around the World, and this is going to be our last quick service location in this tour. And this location has more burgers. Burgers is another thing that they have. They also have breakfast here. They've got the classic breakfast burrito, as well as the chorizo burrito. I think I've also got the French toast sticks from here, and if I have, I will put that footage on your screen. And then I don't eat here all that often otherwise. I think I've gotten a spicy chicken sandwich here in the past. They still have the spicy chicken sandwich. They have Chipotle barbecue bacon double cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger, a grilled chicken sandwich, and a double impossible cheeseburger. They should have chicken tenders as well, though I don't see that. Yeah, they do. It's just very tiny at the bottom of their menu. And then they have shakes here, classic shakes, vanilla and chocolate. And this is the interior of this place. They've got some interior seating. They also have exterior seating. There's a lot of seating here. I've never had a problem getting a table at this particular place. Loads of seating over there, and then also on the other side that way, loads of seating. So there's just so many tables here. If you want a place where you don't have to fight for a seat, even in the busiest of busy days, then Smoke Jumpers is one of the places that you are going to want to check out. Back here in the little hub area again, I want to point out that off to our right is Willie's Churros, another churro cart. And each churro cart tends to have its own seasonal churro, so be on the lookout for each cart, and you'll want to check to see what the seasonal churro is whenever you are visiting, because they'll all be different for the most part. And then back down this way a little bit, there is another information booth, information area that is where you can talk to guest services. Sorry, had to think for a moment. You can talk to guest services right over there. We need to zip back. There's Carthay Circle again. Just if you're wondering where we are, we have zipped back up to the front of the park. Here's the central fountain again as well. Almost done. Almost done here with this tour, with this video. We've got Starbucks right here. This is the Starbucks. This is Fiddler, Pfeiffer, and Practical Cafe. We can go in this way, and we'll see the seating area. And then if you went straight ahead is where you can get in line. The line splits to the right or left. It's a typical Starbucks, so it's going to have typical Starbucks things at slightly inflated Disney prices. So if you thought Starbucks was expensive before, it's more expensive now. Usually I come in from this way just because I'm usually coming in here from the front of the park. But you do need to go back there anyway to enter the line. This here is Clarabelle's hand scooped ice cream. And I've gotten a bunch of different things here before. They have seasonal stuff. I usually get seasonal sundaes. That's the primary thing that I get. You can see those seasonal sundaes on your screen right now. But they also have some hand-dipped ice cream bars that are your own custom creations. I haven't actually ordered those in a really long time, so the footage is kind of old, but you can still see them. And then we've got over here is trolley treats. And this is all connected in one big building, but you can see the trolley treats exit from Buena Vista Street. So Buena Vista Street's the street that you came in on when you came in to Disney California Adventure. So we're now on the other side of the street. Even though I'm not in the exterior of the attraction or the exterior of the shops, I do want to point out that you can buy the pre-packaged confection goods, or you can come over here and you can buy the cookies and marshmallow ones and Rice Krispie treats that we mentioned over at Bing Bong's. They have them here up at the front of the park as well at Trolley Treats. And then all of these gift shops are connected as well. So it's going to go all the way down to the back to the exit or entrance of the park. And we'll just walk through here, let you see some of the things that they have: mugs and water bottles, Christmas ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments, and then Disney home goods. They've also got just different things. This one's villains, Disney villains, a whole rack of villains. Some more pins for pin trading, more ears if you're looking for ear options, hats as well. And inside here, they've got some souvenir coins. We haven't pointed out any of those throughout the park. They have definitely more locations of souvenir coins than, I don't think we pointed any out at Disneyland either. Most of them are inside gift shops, and we didn't spend a whole lot of time inside the gift shops. But when you come out of that shop, and this is the Kingswell shop specifically, this last one in the row, you will see the lockers. And this is right at the entrance of the park. In fact, the entrance of the park is right over there. We can see it from here. So this is the lockers, and if you need some lockers, you can do that. There's some also restrooms right there, and something else that I want to point out, but I don't want to skip on Mortimer's Market first. Mortimer's Market is just another one of those fresh fruit markets that we saw all around the park. Here's another one right at the front of the park, along with a fuel rod swapping station. I don't think this is the only swapping station at DCA. Amy knows where the swapping stations are, but this is the one that we use most frequently, and it's right here at the front of the park. There's the 5 and Dime, there's Oswald's, which we started at, and this used to be the old red car trolley station where they'd pick you up. This is the end of the line, if you will. Now the red car trolley is just parked here permanently as almost like a museum piece, and you can take photos with it. Over here, next to the red car trolley, is where you're going to pick up your maps. So they've got maps in English, of course, primarily, but then they also have different languages: Spanish, French, Chinese, German, Korean, Portuguese, Italian, and Japanese. I feel like there should be more, like over here, but I don't know what happened to them. And then where was it? There was, oh yes, there's also an ATM machine here if you need to pull out some cash. This is a Chase ATM. Disney is partnered with Chase. If you have a Disney Visa card, it is a Chase card. And so, you know, if you have transaction fees for not using your bank's ATM, just keep that in mind. But if you have Chase, there's no transaction fees to use that machine. And here we are back at the exit. We've finished the tour. And that's it for our time here today at Disney California Adventure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. If you got questions about absolutely anything Disney planning, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to answer them. Click this video to keep watching. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.